Such an important conversation indeed, and we will be continuing that later on. But before we get into it, let's continue the conversation of parenting. Now, it is obviously the most rewarding job, but it can get tough when our little ones fall sick or if we get stuck on parenting questions that we do not have the answers to. Well, you can let out a sigh of relief because Purity recently launched their Journey Journal app to help you every step of the way, and Tumi tries to test it out for herself. Let's check it out.
The best part about being a parent for me is the unconditional love you and your little one have for each other. Seeing how they look at you, how they depend on you, and experiencing all those small and special moments that simply cannot be explained. I cannot imagine living my life without this little person. He's got so much energy. He is so loving as well. It's been quite an exciting journey. I've enjoyed every single bit of it. A typical day in the life of Tumi and Bohlokwa is crazy because it starts off with me firstly just trying to get him up and ready for school. So school runs, all of that. I mean, when we get home, we end up doing quite a couple of things together, like mommy and me time. It would go from anywhere from taking a walk in the garden or coloring. He loves coloring. He's very visual. So whether it's puzzles, whether it's drawing, but we also like playing a lot of fun games outside. Some things came very naturally to me, like for instance, the nurturing part. I mean, that came very easily. The most daunting part of my journey as a parent has got to be the discipline part, because as much as you want to teach your child lessons, you also don't want them to hate you. And at 4 years old, they depend on you for everything, so you want to form an ally and not an enemy. So it's just having to learn how to maneuver it correctly so that he learns the lessons he's supposed to learn, but still sees that you're on his team. The Purity Journey Journal app is quite a simple and easy app to use. Being that you've got so much going on as a parent, you don't want to have to stress about another app that needs so much from you. You literally just register, log in. Once you've logged in, it's so easy to use because the interface is so simple. You've got all the tools that you need right there. At the moment, the two features that I use the most have to be the milestone tracker. I mean, being able to just track your child's development and see whether they're developing at the correct rate or not is quite interesting because you get to see whether you need to do more. But also just seeing that you're not the only parent there, because there's also a 24/7 feature that they have there where you can contact doctors at any time. I think that is very encouraging for me as a parent who's a single parent to know that there's someone that I can actually talk to whenever I need additional help. Being that I live alone in Cape Town with my son, it actually is great to know that you are supported somehow, and yes, there's the support of the people in your life, but knowing that there's an app that you can actually turn to anytime during the day for any type of parenting advice is quite encouraging, which is why I'm loving the Purity Journey Journal app, because it's right there at your fingertips whenever you need it. They've got so many great experts on it. I mean, ranging from gynaes to clinical psychologists. I mean, right now I saw that there's a dad coach on there, so all the daddies can get all the advice that they need from there. And there's even a personal finance expert, because obviously once you have a child, your finances do take a knock. Parents are amongst the most important people in young children's lives. From birth through adolescence all the way to adulthood, children depend on their parents for support, care, and all-round protection. It is good to know that although parenting can be so challenging, it is an incredible journey.
That's my little boy, man. Absolutely beautiful stuff. So whether you're expecting a bundle of joy or raising a preschooler, the Purity Journey Journal app is a breeze to use. We saw Tumi just really breeze through it. And you can sign up to the Purity Journey Journal app for free at purityapp.co.za and then have a helping hand 24/7 for whenever you need some guidance along your own parenting journey. Absolutely love that, especially the tracking the milestones. It's nice to have kind of medical support and to be able to ask, because every day there's a conundrum, but I love that. Absolutely beautiful.
If you don't have the app, we also have Professor Gray in studio to help us answer all of the questions. So
On call.
she's going to stick around for that. We'll see you after this.